Hello, everybody. Hopefully audio is working. I'll wait to get going too much until you guys let me know if it's working. Lighting it was good earlier and then the clouds came and we're just going to deal with it. So what I need you guys to do, assuming you can hear me right now, is start leaving suggestions for things to add. I know we wanted a space theme. Some people had suggested a moon and a frog on a moon. So if you want to start leaving your suggestions now for this collage while I tell my Holbein story, that way, once the Holbein story is done, we can go ahead and start searching your suggestions. I should probably get my pad of paper ready for you guys. What did I use on that? There's something I tried to shade on there. Okay, so Holbein. They came in yesterday and I was not planning to use those this week, but I was too excited to try them because, I mean, there's just been so much talk about them. People ask me about them. Oh, good. Life with Casey says, sounds good. Hi, Irritated Paintbrush Art. I love your name. So a lot of people had been, I mean, most live streams, people ask, have I done the Holbein? Will I review the Holbein? So sea turtle, let's write that down. I like that. You don't have to ask me twice to draw a sea turtle. The Holbein, okay, I need to stop paying attention to, I'll have to come back to chat after I get through this story a little bit more. Anyway, I cannot multitask right now. So the pencils came in. I went ahead and ordered them. I was able to get them for $2 and I think 85 cents because I had a 10% coupon. For some reason, it worked out cheaper to buy them individually than in the set, but they didn't even have the bigger sets. And this way I was able to choose the colors I wanted. It looks like about 18 of their pencil colors and the 150 are not Lightfast. That's not terrible. But also I'm not paying that much money. I think their full price is $3.17 or $3.16 for a pencil. I am not paying that kind of money for a pencil that's not Lightfast. So it just makes more sense to me to buy them individual, get the colors I want. The colors, if you look through their charts, are full of pastels, like an insane amount of pastels. And I found a lot of the colors I was interested in, pinks, purples. Those are the colors that are always hard to find Lightfast in colored pencils. Of course, we're not Lightfast with them. So this is the part where before I ever started with them, I reached out to Holbein directly. I talked to a guy named Matt Hooper, and I asked what their Lightfast ratings were like. You know, you can see that they've got a 3-star rating. What are those stars equivalent to or how do they correlate to the Blue Wool or ASTM? That's the industry standard. His response was, thank you for contacting Holbein Artist Materials. Holbein tests and rates their own star rating system for all its 19 color lines. Each star represents roughly 25 years of undisturbed durability under typical conditions. So no science involved, huh? Because that's what that sounds like to me. You aren't using, I didn't realize they weren't going by ASTM or Blue Wool. That's the industry standard. Their own, and roughly 25 years. So a 3-star would mean 75 years, roughly. A 2-star would roughly be 50 years of Lightfast. A 1-star would roughly be 25 years, which I'm going to call BS on because a lot of the colors in the 1-star rating under every other brand, if you were to find that color, the rating would fade within about 2 years. Certain colors, and it's not like the companies are bad because they can't make it Lightfast. There are just certain pigments that are very difficult or impossible at this point in colored pencil to make Lightfast. And they're claiming that theirs are roughly 25 years. No, absolutely not. Like I'm calling BS on that. And they're able to get away with it because they're saying roughly. They're not giving you an actual number. So you produce one of the most expensive colored pencils out there. You do your own testing. And I asked, okay, let's just finish this conversation. Let's go on. You guys tell me what you think on this. Maybe I'm just being too critical, but in a pencil that expensive, I have certain standards and they're not meeting them. Because I'm not a hobbyist. I'm not working in coloring books. I have to be able to, if I'm going to put the work into a colored pencil piece, I need to be able to sell it. I don't know if I can with these. So let's see. In this case, the 6 Holbein Colored Pencils HOCP, the luminous colors, carry a no-star rating as they are labeled not durable, where many are rated as 3-star. I'm aware. Although I am glad that they told me what no star meant. So that's good. Please reference the attached digital color chart and tech data sheet for relevant color information and characteristic breakdown. Happy creating. Reach out anytime with Holbein related questions. Now, he got it back to me like instantly when I had sent that initial message. So, and I'm bringing that up for a reason. So, he sent me the charts. This was actually really helpful. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't want to make a company or represent a company unfairly. I want to give him every opportunity to clear things up for us. So I messaged back. I said, thanks. This is really helpful. Thank you. Just to make sure I completely understand, 1 star would be around 25 years, 2 star around 50, and 3 star around 75 years before fading would occur. Also, can you tell me what method was used to test this? Thanks again. Because if a company is like, oh, we just stuck it out in the sun, because like CPSA, and I appreciate the CPSA does this, but also it's not the industry standard as far as tested with a machine, so it's not really accurate. Just to give you an idea of how CPSA, if you're not familiar with them, Colored Pencil Society of America, they do testing where they put it in, they have like a warehouse or an old school, something, and they put it in this old building, and it's under the lights, or it's natural light. And I believe behind glass, or, there's windows, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while since I got the details on this. But they go through, they put it out for, 4 months or whatever between certain months, and then they eyeball it. They're like, oh, this looks like it faded. This looks like it didn't fade. I'm going to rate this a 6. I'm going to rate this a 4. I'm going to rate this whatever. It's not scientific. It is helpful. I'm not bashing them for doing this. I do think that there is value in doing that because it's going to check on companies like this that are making some interesting claims. So I wanted to know, though, is this the method you used, or did you use there's machines used, there's science used to figure out the actual number on this that like Derwent uses, that Faber-Castell uses, that reputable companies use, so we know exactly what that is. It's not I eyeballed it and thought it looked about a 2. Yeah, that'll last about 25 years. Like, I want to know, and a 2 doesn't last 25 years, by the way. I want to know what those numbers correlate to on Blue Wool and ASTM. You're about 25 years. BS, because some of those colors, I guarantee you, will fade within 3. So you cannot then say, this is about 25 years. So I have a huge issue with that. I only bought colors that were ranked a 2 and a 3 star. So they're 50 and 75 years, roughly. I don't know. So there's that. So let's go on. So when I asked about what method was used to do this, he said, yes, that is generally the rule. So I don't know for sure what colors I'm using are really going to be like 2 years versus 25 years. Obviously, circumstances will vary the reality, as in location, proximity, and exposure to direct and indirect sunlight, or if the artwork has been mounted under UV glass. See, that has nothing to do with the light. That has to do with how fast it will fade, but that wouldn't affect the Lightfast ratings. The fact that he's bringing that up, I'm like, that's not how you know. Holbein's particular methods, so as far as how he tested, Holbein's particular methods are proprietary, but are done so with accordance to ACMI standards. ACMI is, and I looked this up because I was like, wait, ACMI, that's how toxic something is. That has nothing to do with Lightfast. So I contacted him back. I said, the ACMI is in relation to toxicity, correct? I'm more interested in the methods being trustworthy with the Lightfast ratings, which are normally done with ASTM or Blue Wool. I just want to make sure I have a good understanding of all this information. Thanks. Again, I don't want to make them look bad. I'm giving him every opportunity to clear this up for us. And no, I didn't tell him I was making a video on it, but I don't want to. I mean, he can look up my websites on my email, but I want to know what he's telling everybody. His response was, my apologies. I had meant ASTM, not ACMI. You are correct. However, ACMI is the governing body for art material toxicity. Holbein manufactures according to those standards as well. So I said, just to make sure I have this right, the colored pencils, because he says, yeah, we follow ASTM. Okay. And I said, so just to make sure I have this right, the colored pencils follow the ASTM D6901. And the reason I had to put the D6901, the ASTM will also go through toxicity stuff. So I want to make sure we're talking Lightfast. All I'm bringing up is Lightfast. So I brought that up. ASTM, so just to make sure I have this right, the colored pencils follow the ASTM D6901 standard, but do not have ASTM ratings to go with them. If a company tested to that standard, they would be screaming that from the rooftop. It's expensive. I don't think he did it. I don't think they did it. I think this is about the same. So he never got back to me, which is odd because when was that email actually? Let me double check because was it late in the afternoon? That was sent. whoops. Can I get the information? At 1:50 p.m. No, it wasn't late in the afternoon. It was 1:50 p.m. Central Time on a Thursday. And he's not got back to me. I have a feeling he's written me off. I think he's done with me. Makes your company look really bad that you can't So you've got one of the most expensive brands. Your Lightfast ratings, and I will not buy another Holbein product as far as my airbrush materials either. I don't know on the pencils. We're going to have to see how this works out. And I think I may perform, and I've talked about doing this already, and I just haven't done it yet, doing my own blue wool test where you put it in the window. I mean, it's supposed to be May through, May, June, July, August are the best months, but I'm in Texas, so I think it'll be fine. I'll do June through October. We get a lot of sun. So I think I'm going to do that to get an idea of some of the pencils that I have now and see how accurate that is. And that's kind of the same thing that CPSA does, where it's Colored Pencil Society of America. You're eyeballing it. It's not scientific, but it gives you a good idea of, oh, company lied about that color. That's not the results I got. You know, it gives you a better idea. And it's just, yeah. So now, moving on, in practice, I started them last night. I started a project, and I wanted to start something that I was super excited about to do, so I was sure I was giving them a fair run. If I did something like a butterfly, I'm just kind of getting bored with butterflies, so I am drawing Murky, one of my red-eye tree frogs, my big healthy girl. It was one of our Patreon reference photos this month. And I started with the background, and when I started with the pastel colors, and my husband's laughing because he's in there working, he works nights. And so he's working, and I come in and I'm like, wow, these pencils are actually better than I thought. I'm kind of liking this. When I was working with the light colors, as I started shifting into dark colors, I was like, these are the biggest pieces of crap I have ever used in my life. These are worse than, like, I've used the Rembrandt, Renoir, or whatever. I can't say words. You pay me for my artistic skills, not my linguistics, but though they performed like cheap pencils, and they're one of the most expensive. And that was, but then, so I told him, I'm like, I don't know at this point. The only way I'm going to be able to save this is to take a good brand, like let's say my Derwent Drawing or Derwent Lightfast Polychrome. I need a black pencil to make things dark. I couldn't get my darks dark enough. They're almost slippery when you're working with them. Like they feel like it's almost like I'm drawing on like a surface, like I'm drawing on plastic, even though I'm working on my Arches hot press watercolor paper, which is grippy enough. Could not get my darks dark enough. Then I had to change my methods of working with them. They're more like oil pastels. So they're listed as an oil-based pencil. They don't feel like oil-based pencil, and they don't work with powder blender at all. They feel like oil pastels, which is interesting, and that I don't hate. Once I kind of shifted how I was working with them, so you're scribbling hard. You're not doing light layers. Didn't work. You're almost burnishing, but burnishing wasn't hurting my hand and my wrist because I have arthritis in my hand and wrist. It wasn't causing pain like it normally would because they're so mushy. And then once I blended that way, and you guys will see this on the video, it's coming out this week. I'm going to finish this project this week unless something crazy comes up. But I don't hate them once I shifted there. I don't look at them as colored pencil at that point. I look at them as a hybrid between colored pencil and oil pastels. Once I worked with them that way, and I was blending with OMS, but I had to burnish, and it was weird, and I'll have to show you because it's hard to describe. If we have time at the end of the video, I'll go over that a little bit more, but they're weird. At first I was like, yeah, in the light colors, it's very similar to maybe, it felt kind of like Prismacolor mixed with Arteza crap. Your cheap Chinese children's toys stuff. I'm going to get thumbs downs for that, but that's what they are. I don't care how they advertise them. That's what they are. So that's kind of what these ones with the Holbein felt like. But then when I started getting into the darker colors, I couldn't get them dark enough. And that was not a problem with me when I've worked with like the Rembrandt, Renoir, I don't know the words, but some of the cheaper stuff out of China. And those were fine for people getting started, but I'm not going to pay $3.17 a pencil for something, one, I can't trust Lightfast. That guy did not impress me. And it sucks because at first I was like, wow, okay, this is in their favor. They're responding right away. This is awesome. He's getting back. Every time I messaged him, he messaged me back almost instantly till that last question. He's like, I'm done. I think he's just done with me. So we'll see if he gets back to me. Holbein, if you're watching that, well, they wouldn't be because it's not tagged as that, but maybe with the original. You might want to talk to your employees about maybe educate. Maybe he just doesn't know. Maybe they are better than what he's telling me and he doesn't know. I don't know. But this is the information I was given. You guys can make your decisions based on that. And then I'll have my actual project, which I haven't started the detail stuff. I've just been working on a blurry, out of focus background. I love it. I love the look of it now. but I had to start working with them like I would an oil pastel, not how I would with a colored pencil. So weird. Anyway, let's get on to designing this. So yeah, that's my Holbein. Okay, couple comments on here. We had the sea turtle. I'm just gonna write down some of your stuff and then we'll go and see what photos we can find. Whoops, that jumped. That's really jumped. Going back up. Oh my gosh, going back up. Way up. We have... Okay, Sea Turtle wrote that down. Hi, Shortney. EO said, hey, Lisa, coral inside some planets. You're getting creative. See, this is why we're going to do Powder Blender on this, because Powder Blender lets us do some weird stuff and change stuff. So if we're like, wow, that wasn't a good idea. I didn't pull that off. I can paint something over it and not mess anything up. Inside planets. We're going to have to think about how to make that happen. I like it. Let's see. Serving Artist Collective said Tantrum Lisa. Creativity by Trisha said an octopus eating a planet. I don't know how you make an octopus eat something other than they kind of sit on it, and because they don't have that, but an octopus like maybe holding a I think we should have an octopus in this for sure. I definitely like that. Let's see. A green heron. What's a green heron? I'll have to look that up. I know what is it a blue heron? Great. I don't know. I painted a heron, but not a green one. I'll have to look him up. Praying mantis, our space alien looking at. That could be fun too. Possibly. I just did one of those. It's not, they're cool. I'm not super passionate about them, if that makes sense. We'll see. But they do look very alien. It would just look like I have an alien in there. Maybe a green one. We'll see. Let's see. Irritated Paintbrush said, what about sunflower? Turtle peeking out of sunflower. Well, we're apparently going with a space theme, but I could probably fit that as a sunflower into it. I do like that idea. Rachel said, pink dolphin. Pink dolphin. Oh, I do. I'm like, pink. Oh, right. There are those. Now, whether or not, see, this is going to be the problem too, because it all comes down to, can I get a reference photo? Two things. One, I want a reference photo that I can get free on Pixabay or Unsplash so I can give you guys the photo. You can follow along. I don't want to have to go to like wildlife reference photos or somewhere where I pay, because that isn't something that I can like tell you guys, hey, copy mine, because you'd have to get the reference photo. So I'm trying to stick with stuff. So we'll see if there are any pink dolphins on there that are usable. Jellyfish. Got that written down. Flamingo. Maybe not I'm going to write it down, but probably not, because we did that on one of our recent collages. Although I love flamingos. Where do you get your door frames and furniture? I love that frame so much. Which one are you seeing? So the door, it came with the house, the white one that came with the house. I had the house. I had to have them replace it because it was all, you should have seen the one they tried to pawn off on me. This came from, I think, Wayfair, and the frame, I don't know if you're seeing the frame behind me. That frame came, that was from a Thomas Kincaid gallery, I believe. It was one of his paintings back when I was in California, and they were selling off the frames. Like, I don't know if they were damaged or whatever, and then I had it for years. It was gold, which doesn't work with anything in my house. So I ended up just painting it that aqua color, thinking it would go with this one painting. It didn't go at all, and so now I have that, and then like a bunch of paintings inside. I don't know. But yeah, that's where all of that comes from. Nebraska Furniture Mart. I got some of my furniture, like my desk is from there. You can't see it, but medium like it. Overpriced for quality. Yeah, I got a lot from the Nebraska Furniture. Some stuff, I had a lot of stuff handmade too. So like if you can find a local woodworker, you can get some really cool stuff done. So like what I use is my coffee table. If you've seen some of the videos, like the one that George toured the house, that coffee table was custom made by a local woodworker. Trying to think. Yeah, I've got a few pieces that were, and it's funny because you can have these custom like reclaimed wood pieces, and it's cheaper half the time than buying new that isn't well made or that's like particle board. So anyway, test one sell immediately. Let's see. Yeah, Nick said up to 25 years. 2 years is somewhere on the scale of up to, I guess. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like they're not lying, but that's like how the Fae get around not having to tell a lie. I don't know if you're into lore stuff with that, but like that's like the Fae are like they don't lie, but they never tell the truth either. And I'm like, I felt like that's what I was dealing with, and I'm just, yeah. I mean, I don't know. As a professional artist, I have different standards, and it was interesting too to me were how many people on reviews are these are the best color. I remember one girl. This was years ago specifically. These are the best colored pencils ever, and I'm like, your standard of artwork, I don't think is my standard of artwork of what I need my supplies to be able to do. I expect a lot from my pencils, a lot. They need to be able to perform a lot of different tasks. And I don't know that these can, so there's that. I do photorealism, so that may be different than somebody else who works in a different style. Like if somebody is doing like anime, these might be the most amazing pencils ever for that style. I don't know why you would spend that much on a pencil, but okay. So, I mean, you have different standards. And so I think that it's going to come down to that largely too. Okay. Septa said, Blue Wool Scale and ASTM have been reliable pioneers, not only in fine arts, but in other fields such as construction, chemical, and engineering. That's a non-brainer. Yep. Or a no-brainer. Yep. And it's weird to me, like, why aren't they using that? I don't understand why would they invent their own Monaro I can't talk. I can never say that word. Their own made up imaginary testing methods, and they can't tell you what those methods are. That right there tells me I can't trust anything from you. That's horrible. And your pencils cost too much. Now, your pencils may cost too much because we're importing them from Japan, but we import, different countries have different laws with stuff. So that may be part of it, in which case that may just be one more reason why no one should be buying these in America. Or, and people have talked about being able to get them for less. Like you can go on eBay and get the set of 150 for, I think it was like $320 I saw the lowest one on, whereas it's $425, $440, something like that on Blick. So you can save a lot of money getting from third-party sellers, which is surprising. I thought it would be cheaper here. Maybe once I suspect Blick has a deal with them where Blick's the only one selling them because you can't get them on Amazon anymore either. So I think that if they came up with some sort of deal where it can only be on there, maybe they have a bit of a monopoly on the price that way. I don't know, but it's questionable. Clark Finder said, an octopus pulling down the moon, sea turtle swimming through the Milky Way, and the praying mantis climbing the octopus, maybe. I like it. Deep water fish. Oh, I wonder if we can see, and that's going to be the problem, is finding a photo of, what are they called? They've got the light on their head. I can't think of the name right now. Those would be kind of neat. Let's see. Doug said, the self-rating I could live with. The typical conditions sound like weasel word. Yep. Do they not? And that's what's weird. It's like Lightfast ratings. You don't consider the UV glass and the fact that he threw all that out there. It's like, but that doesn't have to do with the Lightfast rating. That has to do with like aftercare and the best environment, because the Lightfast ratings, ASTM and Blue Wool and all of that, when you come up with a rating, it's under museum museum conditions. Essentially, no direct sunlight, none. That's accepted. That's normal. That's yeah. The fact that he threw that out there, I'm just like, interesting. Starving Artist Collector said the Holbein statement is way too nebulous, sounding shonky already. Yep. Yeah, it sucks. I was kind of hoping, I mean, I know I bashed them a lot over the years, but I was really kind of hoping for another alternative of a good pencil. And maybe if I do the Blue Wool scale and it turns out that what they told me was true, because like there's a color called Raisin I love. Yeah. So I have a feeling that video is going to be titled Holbein, Is This a Joke? Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's actually what I'm going to title that video. We'll see how the project comes. If you're not following me on MeWe already, make sure to do that, because I'll be posting like the photos over there up until, I mean, you can also wait and see it here on YouTube, but they'll be posted over on MeWe first. Not the video, but the photos. Okay, let's see. Shorty said, you use Color Street nail polish on your fingers. They are really cute. No, I don't. Thank you. But no, I don't. I do nail stamping. So like the nail stamping plates is what I do. A Norwell Unicorn of the Sea. I don't think I'm going to find a photo of that. And that's going to, like I said, that's going to be a really big problem of finding photos of some of the more unique stuff. Pat Kelly said, did they just justify why their pencils are the dearest? Moody Roan said, thank you for asking Holbein these questions. I really am questioning using their acrylics, which I love. Yeah, I'm not going to buy any. I've got some of their airbrush paints. I'll probably finish it off, and I'm not going to use them anymore after that. And it's funny. So going back to that, I read a thing that Golden's, it was on their website or something that they released, like on their frequently asked questions. And one of them was like, why is your color, or one of their colors or one of their paints, was it a white paint? It's got like major labels on there. This is toxic. Here are your warnings. You need to know about this. And people, the frequently asked question thing was like, why is your white paint more toxic? And they're basically were like, so are the other brands. They just don't tell you. Was kind of the gist of what there was more involved. But that was kind of the gist. And it was like, ooh, that's some stuff. And Holbein, I definitely had some questions with on when I was buying theirs. I was like, that doesn't sound right. But, you know, I'll trust them. I don't trust them anymore. It sucks. I mean, I really overall liked Golden's acrylic paints better anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, let's see. Septa said there would be a discrepancy when you self-test it. Results would vary when you just put a sample test in an environment you never controlled and set up. Exactly, and that's the thing. And why, like with CPSA, I only take their tests so seriously because it's eyeballed. Was it extra cloudy that month? Was it there too many factors involved where your results are not necessarily going to be as accurate as they would under these big, huge, expensive machines that test and it's the same every single time. So yeah. Let's see. But you're exactly right on that, Septa. D said, neon Tetris swimming across a night sky, maybe a chihuahua in there somewhere. Is that random enough? I don't know about the chihuahua, but I do like the neon Tetris. Let's see. Whoops, that just jumped too far. I had to go click on what message, why it was deleted by somebody trying to self-promote there. You don't, like, if you're watching this right now and you think telling people, hey, go support my channel, it doesn't work. You're wasting your time. Go produce a good video. That's how you're going to get subscribers. You don't get them by going to somebody else's video and trying to leech off them. Doesn't work. That's the thing. It's not even like I'm being rude. It doesn't work. You're wasting your time. Hi, Bad Cow. What are you doing in here, Bad Cow? What are you doing? Let's see. I jumped too far. I've got to scroll back up. Oh, it really jumped too far. Beep. Okay. Massage Therapy Texas. See, now that is good marketing. Your name is the thing people could look up. That is how for anyone who's trying to get subscribers, I don't know that they have a channel, but anyone trying to get subscribers, your username and commenting, having good comments where people look at it, that is good marketing. Sorry, it had nothing to do with this video, but just the people who are like, follow me, won't work. That will work. Having your name, your business name in there where people just, they get interested because something you said. Anyway, so yeah, she would live with Narwhal too. I'll have to see if I can find one. Maybe a jellyfish in a galaxy with a planet. We've got all of those written down so far. D said, I will not be buying those pencils except for use in coloring book. I wouldn't even use that because they're too expensive. If I was going to do a coloring book, I'm going to go get the cheap stuff out of China because I don't care if it fades. Like, I just don't see why anyone would pay that kind of money given these are, maybe my standards are too, are I would say too high, except other colored pencil brands have no problem meeting my standards. So there's that. Let's see. TK said, I would say a Dalmatian because of white and black fur would be really great. Probably not for this piece. I'm not seeing that one. Yeah, I think he would stand out too much because of so much white, even if I made it dark. I don't think I'm going to include a dog. I don't think that will be in here. I try to stay with more wildlife type things when I include them. But I do want to do a portrait of a Dalmatian for sure because they're awesome. Life of Casey said the magic school bus. What? Julie said kelp forest. Let's see. Victoria said, how about a spider web? A spider web would be hard because of the stars. It's going to be hard to, I'm not saying it couldn't happen. That would be really hard, I think, to make it show up. We'll save that when we get closer to Halloween, I think. Jamie said, can you add some coral? Yeah, coral's already written in there. Nick said, Sally asks, is the 36 set of Derwent Lightfast good for portraits? I'm not sure what colors come in the 36 set. You'd have to look it up and decide if that will work for you. That I don't know, honestly. Because I have the full set. In the full set, yeah, but I don't know what is included in the 36 set. Actually, Did I get the 36 set initially? I don't think it was great on, like, I liked the pencils, but I did feel limited on some of the color choices, so I'm not sure on that. You'd have to look at the colors and see if they'd work for you. Starving Artist Collective said the planet Saturn with an octopus wrapping around it, tentacles becoming the rings, and head where a moon is different coral types. That is more involved than I think I can put together in this live stream. That is an awesome, I see where you're going with that is, I think, getting too precise. How about your frogs playing leapfrog? Actually, I do want to probably have at least one of them sitting on a planet. Let's see. Tara said, they ain't lying by telling untruths. Exactly. It's a fey trick. I still need to get the sign for my yard that says don't piss off the fairies. Random thought there, but I need that. Because I'm always making fairy references and fey references. Marty said, I like Dee's idea of neon tetras. Okay, I've got them written down, so we'll try to get those in. Sally said, okay, I got that one. Julie said, anglerfish. Thank you. That's the one was thinking for. I don't know if I can find, I like the idea a lot, but I have to see if I can find a reference photo that is legal for me to use. Coral and a shark. I'll write down the shark. This is just going to be a full space. I think we're just going mostly space. We'll have a few other animals, but it looks like we're mostly focusing on space and sea life. And I'm going to do 16 by 20. So we've got some room on this one because Powder Blender is fast. So this will be good. This will be long. This is going to take a while. George said, I'm here late. I was super sick for 2 weeks. Oh, no, I'm sorry, but better for 3 days in a row. Oh, nice. It's been a while till I can be back to normal. Okay, I'll listen now. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Life with Casey said, anglerfish is the one with the light. I was thinking the same thing would be cool. Alana said, how about iridescent beetles? I just love how they look, and it would be cool to get some of the shininess. Let's write down. That could definitely work for a space scene. Maybe a mermaid because it's going surrealistic. I think if I do a mermaid, that needs to be the focus of the painting, and I don't think I've got time to get that design today. A fiddler crab. And obviously I won't fit all of these. We're just going to start going through. I'm going to write these down. We're almost caught up, and I'm going to go through and we'll just look and see what we can find photos of. A seahorse, probably, maybe. I already did a seahorse on one of these, so I'm kind of trying to get new stuff, but maybe, because I love seahorses. AG said, chickadees sitting on Saturn's ring. If you don't like that idea, you have to do it too, but I do like, I like it. Okay. Have air-breathing animals in bubbles. I think they're all just going to be floating around. The problem, so I did that once, and it sounds like a really cool idea, but the bubbles have to be so weirdly big to fit detail on the inside that it didn't look like, it was just like, what did you do there? I didn't pull that one off. I tried that before. I never finished it. It was years ago. It was actually, I tried to have a marble background and different breeds of sighthounds because I was thinking, oh, I'll make prints. Different breeds of sighthounds heads inside the bubble. I did not pull that off well. Like it just, that was one of very few paintings I've ever thrown away. Like, and I was doing it as an oil over acrylic. So by the time I hit oil, it's like, I can't even fix this. I can't even just over my paint. It's just, it's done. It's done. Hermit crab where the shell is a coral or a planet. Ooh. You guys are just, even if not used here, you're giving me good ideas for, I'm stealing your ideas. These are awesome. Let's see. Joseph said, fun fact, if you put every single version of every single living thing on the planet in a bag, reached in and pulled one out, you have a 1 in 5 chance of pulling out a beetle. Wow, that is interesting and slightly creepy. Okay. Yeah, Nick said, in an almost 100% chance of pulling out another type of insect. Wow, some of them I love, but some of, like that many bugs, when you think of them all together, that actually weird. I don't get the heebie-jeebies often. That one kind of did it for me. Okay, so let's head over. We are going, I'm going to have to see what I can do to fix my screen so I can actually, hold on. I have to do some rearranging here because this is a hot mess. That, and then probably unsplash that way. Okay, I've got both up. I have some space stuff on my own computer that I'll probably have to use from past paintings. One of the things that'll end up getting kind of weird is like copyright stuff, royalty free, but then most space stuff, if it's from, I think the US government, like if they took photos with NASA or whatever, we have rights to use that. So I don't know. We'll see what we've got. Planet with cracking open with water flowing out of it, possibly. See, some of these ideas are awesome, but they would be like the main thing. And I'm trying to do more little things shoved together, if that makes sense. I love that idea for like the main focus of a piece. So maybe in the future, I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take off that so you can see the screen. Nope, that didn't work. I don't even know what I just lit up, but it was the wrong thing. Is it this? Yep, that is what I am trying to do. And failing at it. Okay, I think that should work well enough. Close enough on that. Okay. So I've already got in Photoshop. Let me pull Photoshop up. I've got the image. Is that coming up right to where you can see it? Yeah, part of it's kind of chopped, but actually I do have to shrink this in. I think that means this has to show. Yeah, whatever. We'll live. That's going to have to do it. How's audio, by the way? Are you guys hearing the fish tank? The overflow is kind of loud, and I didn't want to turn the tank off for 2 hours, so let me know. Oh, lock my layers. Well, that's all one layer, weirdly enough. So, oh wait, this way? I don't know how to lock a layer on this. Okay. I'm going to have to talk to you about that later, Joseph, because you know more, apparently, about this than I do. But be careful, because that's how you got stuck being a moderator when you gave me tips on something I should change in the group. You might make more work for yourself than you want. Well, Clark Reiner said I don't hear the tank at all. Weird. That's interesting, because it is, like, the overflow in that is, it's not a quiet tank. My little wreath is, but not this big one. It is noisy. Okay, so first thing I need to do is come up with some sort of space thing. And it's not that I'm necessarily going to keep this, but I need a base layer. So let's see if we got, okay, we've got some stuff we can use here. It's just a background. Kind of like this, the pinks and purples, that's nice. Just gives us a base, and we may change it. I'm going to go with that one. Free download. Oh, those are my dart frogs. Data, colored pencil. Where do I have stuff saved? Collage. Powder Blender Collage. Okay. So we've got that. So we're going to drop that first into this. Just so that I've got a base background. And like I said, we can change all of that later, but I just need something in the base. So there we go. Layer one, we've got space. Let's move you out of the way. Massage therapy, Texas. I can't hear it at all. I was wondering if you had decided to turn it off. I wonder if it would be that noisy then if I use this microphone. I'm going to have to test it to see if it's filtered. It might be OBS is helping with that too, but I want to see if that's filtering it out for what I record, because I hate keeping the tank off. I have the power heads keep going, so the water's circulating, but the filtration, just, I have to stop it, which if it's cold out, the tank would get too cold. So that's something I'm going to have to watch long-term anyway. Let's see. Eo said, I can't hear your tank. Too bad, because I love that sound. Yeah, I actually like it. It's a very relaxing sound in here. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, crap, because I have to record in here. So I thought that might be a problem, but it's been fine. Jamie said, I'm outside watching my kids swim and the stream. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, and here's Claire Feiner. She's got a good point. She said, that's a lot of background color to do for that big of a piece. Powder Blender, it goes pretty fast. I mean, it is. It's going to take us, it might take us a couple lessons, but you'll see when I spray, when we let it dry, all of that, I think it'll be good. But I just made a big smudge by rubbing my nose on my glasses right in the middle. But I think it'll be good for showing, you know, the layering process of Powder Blender. But we're going to pack it full of so much stuff that not that much background shows. Okay, next we need some planets. Let's start there. We had the Earth there. I've got to include the Earth. I always paint. I like including that. That one looks pretty good. Which one do we like? Too much shadow on that one. I can make my own shadow. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see. There's so much prettiness, but I need to make sure I can go small. Oh, I like that in the light bulb. I need to make sure. Oh, look at this. See this thing here? I don't know if you can see what I'm kind of like making it highlight the share image. Oh, that is like right up my alley of style of paintings I like. You just need some dolphins or whales jumping. That is my style. Okay, focus, Lisa. Ooh, that's a decent moon. You look good. Let's start with you, whether or not I keep with that. And now let's drop that in. We're just going to throw, and we can move these planets around as needed, but it gives us somewhere to start, and then we'll start putting animals and stuff, all our critters in. This might be a bad idea. Oh, that might be too dark. That might be, no, let's do this. I have a better idea. I actually don't like doing circles with the elliptical, whatever tool, whatever it's called. I always screw that up. So let's open you in a new window. And I think I have a circle in here that I use over and over again. I'm adding extra letters into my words for no apparent reason. That might work. That looks like a circle. So what I'm doing is just making my perfect circle this way, because I know that's round. Close is good enough for me. This is such a backwards way to do this, but whatever. And I'm just going to delete that from this one, and we will keep that little logo circle. Oops, you go away, you stay. Why did it do that? Okay, I'm having a weird thing happen where, see how my watermark is on there now? Why did that do that? And I've had that with this one. I'm doing something dumb with this. Hold on, let me try something really quick. Actually, let's see if this works. I was doing something with this the other day and ran into that same problem where for no known reason, look, it won't, it's solid, and it's like my logo is like, no, I must be seen. Okay, let's see if that circle works. Okay, you are highlighted. Oh, actually, crap, I should have undone all of that. I'm making this harder than it needs to be. Hold on, I'm done with, I almost swore. I'm having a not good, you go away. I just want you to go away. You're not doing what I want you to do. You're done. No, nope. You're still not doing what I want you to do. Undo, go away. You're done. Done. Okay, let's get my normal circle that I use then, because there's a reason that happens and I just don't know what it is. Anyway, let's go with, round or circle? What did I save that as? That should work. Anything round should work if it's a PNG, yeah. Because these were all done with where I took a perfect circle and then used it. Like I just keep reusing the same things to get that general feel. Okay, people are probably yelling at me like, you're dumb, do it this way. Whatever. Okay, undo. You go away. See, that worked. I don't know what it is, what I did to my logo that made that all weird, but whatever. So, and I don't know what size this will be, but we're going to go with that. And the other thing that I'll do to soften that out is erase just barely. So the background kind of shows through. Okay, there we go. Joseph said, make the Earth an alternative angle than that we think of as north, south, up, down. Don't get creative on me. Clark Fine Art said the dark color at the bottom would look good, and in the upper left corner where it's blue could fade out. Maybe, yeah. I'm just gonna throw a bunch in there, and then we're gonna move them around, and you guys are gonna help me with that. Joseph said use the ruler guides, turn on rulers, pull guide from top, ruler, edge, ruler, and yeah. I'll have to talk to you about that later. Don't know what you said. It was like reading the instruction thing that comes with the Holbein pencils. I don't speak that language. I don't know what it said. You know way more about this than I do, Joseph. Septa said you can use the shape tool instead. There's a circle in there. Oh, I'm gonna have to play with that a later time. Joseph is actually the one who got me using the magnetic cutout tool. I was using that. It's amazing. It's so handy. But I can't. I don't want to do it while it's live because I'm wasting time screwing around with stuff. So I'll play with that later. Joe said then pull your circle tool from across the. Okay, yeah, you've got good. I don't know. I'm going to play with that later. I'll be asking you about this later on when I'm not making a fool of myself live. Okay. So you go away. We've got one planet now. Let's throw a few more. We wanted, I think Saturn was brought up. So we'll see if we can find anything of Saturn too. Kinda. It's a fake Saturn. Maybe I should just, oh, that's a pretty, whoever put that picture together, that's awesome, with the elephant and the silhouette. Let's see if we just look up Saturn. Although we might get some cars. Oh no, we did, we got some planets. And we'll make this look better. This is just general, to get our layout. I mean, I guess we could just go with that as it's terrible, but. These are not very good photos. Not of Saturn, anyway. Peaches. Random. Peaches, Saturn. Okay, it's a type of peach. Didn't know that. I guess we'll go with you. My Saturn will have more color if we go with Saturn. I don't know. So when I'm designing stuff, I just throw a bunch of stuff in there and then start moving it around and then decide what I find to be keepers or things that I just didn't like how it looked. Oops, I always forget to do this. Oop, no, it didn't work. Whatever. Okay. You are going back there for now. You're probably not staying there, but let's see. Septa said, you're me when it comes to certain subjects in collage. I like in college, like stock market and stuff. My brain stops working. Nick likes a stylized blue Saturn. And then, you know what? He'll end up more blue just to go with this piece. Blue with probably a little bit of orange or burnt sienna, kind of maybe, well, maybe raw sienna. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll play. Okay, what's next? We need a couple more planets in there and maybe a galaxy. Let's see if I can find a picture of a galaxy. Oh, I like these ones, the sponsored ones. This look down here, I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see, but that orange or the yellowy orange one, that's really cool. The glowy soft look. I like that. That is probably what we are going to do something more like. Okay. What was I just looking up? Oh, galaxy. Have to hit enter for it to work. Massage Therapy Texas said, see, look, I'm telling you, genius marketing. How many times have I said her name or his name? I don't know. Said their name, and you guys keep hearing Massage Therapy Texas. Makes you wonder if someone's going to go look that up. Genius marketing there. Good job. That's how you get, essentially free shout-outs by having a good name and commenting on, genius. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but it is good. I have not ever used powder blender before, so I'll need to order supplies for this piece. Is the brush and pencil powder blender that you would recommend? Yeah, it's the only company, or the only brush and pencil is the only one who makes it. Now you can buy it from different sources, but yeah, I would just go to brushandpencil.com, and you're going to want sanded paper, And she has a whole brush and pencil kit. Let me see if she still has it actually on her website. We'll show you. We'll just go look real quick. Let's see. Hopefully this isn't like some random time her website's not working, because that would be really inconvenient. We have how to artist artwork. Oh, there's Aliona. Isn't she cute? She has, oh, there's nothing in there. I wanted to see her actual artwork. Home, how to, store. That is what we were looking for, store. This one right here, the colored pencil painting kit will come with everything you need to get started besides get your sanded paper. I recommend Lux Archival, but it has to be sanded paper to work. So this, you've got your final fixative, your texture fixative, comes with a cute little bag, powder blender, your titanium white, and your texture fixative. I can't say the things. Texture fixative, touch up texture. Words are so hard. So anyway, it comes with all of the stuff that you need to get started, minus the paper. So that would be the set that I would, it's the one that I got when I started with this. And then I like the soft tools for blending. It's SOFFT. If you look at, I've got links on any of my powder blender stuff to the soft tool ones. Those are what I would definitely recommend for blending. She gives you these little, they look like blush applicators and they work, but they're little. Like I need big. Soft tools is good for that. Okay. Anything in here that I'm not super, see, oh, I like that galaxy a lot. Let's pull him in for our background. You are very pretty. Download. Yes, I have to narrate every single move I make because I can't stop talking. It's like my thing. I never shut up. Like in real life too. Usually I'm talking to the dogs, but let's throw you in here because you are pretty. And I like this look better, a little bit softer, not all the little dots. I'm not doing all of those little dots for the stars. Not this, I could manage. So what I'm going to do is move you back. We can just erase some of this. Where's the eraser? A little bit more. The sun is coming, not sun, the clouds are like so white. I'm blind. I can't see my computer monitor. It's not convenient at all. We'll just kind of move the edges, mush these together a bit. And obviously I would continue this spiraling out that way, but you get the idea. Okay. And we'll probably put more critters for sure, but let's go ahead, or I mean more planets. Let's start by finding the sea turtle. That was like the first thing we had requested, and I am definitely a fan of that idea. This guy here is just like dancing. He's like, that one's funny. I'm not drawing him, but he's funny. Let's see. I like the fin coming out. I love that. This one here, the upper corner, like he's, I don't know, I like the perspective there. And of course my turtle will have more color. Orchid praying mantis. If I could find a photo, maybe. Septa said, since this is predominantly blue, orange subjects would complement it. Yeah, we'll definitely pull those oranges out for sure. Can you please add links to your reference photos either in the video description or on your MeWe artist group so we can be working on our collages with you on future live streams? So what I'll do is, no, not the links. There's too many. I'm just downloading stuff and I'm not writing down the links. Like this video, this live stream would never end if I was doing that. But I will post them all over on Patreon for free. Like anyone, you don't have to be a member to get it. It will all be there. You just have to go back to the post. So I will post the actual images. I'll upload them over there. But the links, that takes more time. I don't have any time. I was just talking about that with my husband last night. It's actually getting to be really bad. I've always loved this one. It may be him. It's been bad with my lack of, like, there's no time off. There's no time to get caught up. I can't be like, okay, I'm just going to work on my day off. I don't have a day off. So I'm just always behind on it. It's getting bad. I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed. I need an assistant that works for free. I And you think time management. No, I'm really running out of there. I managed it, and there's no time. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably going to be the one I opened. You know what? I'm just going to go with that because it's going to take me too long anyway to find something else. And I know I like that one. So let's just download that. Download. Okay, let's see if Joseph's little magnet thing works on this or if my color is too far off and I don't know how to adjust it to make it work better. And so what I can do here, I can either draw in where the fin goes, because I've drawn enough of these. I'm just going to cut across here. Or I can have them coming from behind a planet, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards doing there. And then the octopus I'll have to freehand in because there's no way I'm going to find one the shape I want. I always have to make a bunch of adjustments to make an octopus really work. I thought these colors would be a little too close, but it's working well enough. Okay. And then that, and we're good. Actually, let's just make this a little easier. What am I looking for? Curves. You come wait. You're not doing what I want you to do because I am doing the wrong thing. There we go. Trying that again. Now, image, adjustments, curves. Much darker. Good enough. Okay. I kind of like, do you want him coming from behind the earth or, let's see. He's too big. He's going to take up way too much space on this. Oh, he's still, hold on. Deselect. Kind of like that. Maybe. Now, so here's the thing on him. I can cut that out, and I will if I decide to leave him there, but I'm going to pull a few other things in because if I do change my mind, actually, I can do it this way. Layer, duplicate. And then I'm just going to drop him back behind everything so I have one version that's cut out that's not cut out. And then for him, let's drop opacity. Where is my... Oh. I don't need this to be perfect. Close is good enough. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Sass said videos would be pretty boring if you didn't talk. I agree. And it's funny though, because I'll occasionally get people like, you talk too much. I'm not, you just want to watch me sit here being silent while I don't understand that. Okay. Mildred said, turtles in space make me smile and think of the late author Terry Pratchett. Nick said, with the elements you've started already chosen, you could incorporate the ancient creation myth where the world started on the back of turtle's shell. Yeah, I've thought about that. I kind of did with the mushrooms on one recently. But he's back there now. Massage Therapy Texas said, giggles, thank you so much. So very helpful. I've been following you for a very, very, very long time. I'm super new to trying on my own. You're a huge help as always. Yay. Creativity by Trisha said, sometimes there's more work than hours in a day. Don't let yourself get burned out. Yeah, I mean, and normally when I do, I love it. Just right now, like postcards, I have to get caught up. I am so far behind on Patreon. It's terrible. Like I have just dropped the ball there so hard. So I have got to, and if I just did it once a month, I'd never be behind. Like just do it. But it's always like, oh, I'll get that done next week. I'll get it done next week. So yeah, that's this weekend. I've got to try to get the Holbein thing done and postcards. We'll see if I can do both, but yeah, it's a challenge. Let's see. Septa said an AI assistant, which isn't impossible. I just don't, they can't do postcards for me or clean my house. Sass said that fin looks a bit too big. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to keep that. We'll see. I think you may be right. And I like the perspective that it's coming out like that, but we'll see once everything else is put in there. I may decide it's perfect. Maybe he needs a frog sitting on it. Oh, frog sitting on his fin. He might make it work. We'll see. Anne said, hope you're well. Finally finished my tiger. I've had a crappy day. Oh, I'm sorry. And want to do another LOL. It took me 4 months to do. Glad I took the time. LOL, love you too. Aw. I'm glad you got it done. Congratulations. Susan said, wow, looking great. Thanks. I don't know. I'm not going to go that far with this yet. We'll get there. Drawing Girl said, maybe he's carrying other things on his back. Like frogs? Yeah, I think he's going to have some stuff sitting on him because he takes up a really large amount of real estate. So he's going to have some more in there. Victoria said, so happy, liked my turtle idea. Okay, so we got the turtle. Planets, coral in planets. I need to figure out. I'm almost wondering if that fantasy look of the crescent moon and like coral growing on it. But where would I put it? Right now, I have this horrible design of every corner has something and it's not working at all. Already, I like it better just moving that over. Okay, let's see. Next, we had the coral. Okay, I'm trying to think how to make the coral in planets. I like the idea a lot. I'm not seeing it just yet, though. What about a coral city on his back? I don't even know how to do that. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start on something like that. I don't have a reference photo for that. Let's see. We had the octopus. I know I need to put him in. Dolphins and jellyfish. Let's see if we can find some of those. And maybe just some fish in general, too. I had a photo. I thought I saved of a jellyfish that was really cool. I like the little ones. Looks like a little mushroom. I wonder if I saved it on my, hold on, let's see if I saved it, because there was one that was really cool. No, these aren't it. And that one's kind of neat. I do kind of like him. I think I can make that work. Let's see. We'll throw him in and see if he makes the final cut or not. And actually, that also means I need to copy this and put it over here because I will forget to give it to you guys later on. Copy. Okay. You have too much blue. Oh, I always forget to do the part that you're supposed to do. Whoop, there we go. I'm not gonna be able to cut all this out right, so we'll just kind of like half do this, like a pro. That's gonna leave too much blue, no matter what, when I, I mean, we'll get the idea, right? There's a better way to do this, and I don't know what it is. And this is where people yell at me to learn to Photoshop. Because this is like the laziest way to do something, and it's not even the best method. And I know that it's not. Because like there's one specific blue. There's a way to just pull that blue out of everything, and I don't know how to do it. I know it can be done. Don't know how to do it. We're going with good enough. Okay, let's just chop all this off that's floating around loose. Okay, Joseph, how much am I driving you crazy right now? I know you know how to do it. And let's flip him around. What am I doing? My brain shuts down half the time as I'm doing this stuff. My brain shuts down just all the time anyway. That's like my default method, but flip horizontal. Maybe you'll stay, but I'm not sure. Right now, you don't work. I don't think you're gonna stay. Maybe, probably not. Maybe at a different angle. It's a little better. I don't have high hopes for that jellyfish. We'll see if we can find a better one. Lori said, maybe your yellow frog on Saturn's ring. Or on the, I was thinking on the frog's fin or on the earth, like something up close too. Because I've got Saturn pushed back a little bit. So I was thinking maybe the octopus. I have to include the octopus in here soon. But that might. How about coral wrapping around Saturn's ring? I don't know, like what coral? What? Because that's kind of in the distance. So that's going to be the thing too, is trying to create depth in this. Some of the things are farther back, so I've got Saturn farther back, whereas the stuff up close is going to be more detailed. That jellyfish is not working for me, by the way. But I don't know, maybe. Possibly. I will change my mind constantly, and even what I come up with today won't be the final design. This will be how I come up with the design, and I'll go through and probably adjust stuff later. You could incorporate the jellyfish with a shooting star. Ooh, writing that down. Anne said, I'm not that brilliant with Photoshop. I'm willing to learn. Some sort of plant on the planet? Maybe. Well, and I like you. Someone wrote, I had a kelp forest idea too that was cool. Check better jellies on Unsplash. Wasn't I on oh, that was one of my own. You know what? That you're right. Let me see. Because I really am not. That one's just not working for me. I'm on Unsplash right now. Was this the one I saw? There was one and it was kind of curved, and I was looking for something else the other day and it came up and it was so pretty. I think my search term was just fish though. Let me see. So maybe it was under like jellyfish 2 words. Because I was searching fish. I was searching something else and it came up. And I could have sworn I saved it because I was like, oh, that'd be good. Maybe it's this one. Because I was like, that's really good. I don't know where I put it. Oh, no, maybe. Now I don't remember. Could have been any of those. It always looks better when you're thinking about like from the past than when you actually see it. It's like, oh, that wasn't as good as I thought it was. I want like movement. Not like mine just like blah, I'm standing here straight. I want one that's more, I kind of like that one, how it's curving. It might have been this one. And this one does look cool. So let's go ahead and save this. Let's see. This jellyfish, we are going to push back and then bring up. Nope. Bring up. Trying that again. Here we go. You need to come forward. You need to come forward more. Nope, that's not what I needed forward. I grabbed the wrong thing. Where's my jellyfish? You need to come forward. Okay. Oh, I like his colors better already for this. Let us see. Oops, yet again, forgot to do my job. There we go. Yeah, I like him a lot better. This might have been the one that I saw that I liked so much. I mean, obviously, I can soften stuff out later, but that's kind of a, I don't know. Kind of like, maybe you, but too far. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. We'll see. Let's see. Starfish around the galaxy. What about a starfish wrapped over a planet? The galaxy would be harder. The planet I could pull off because the galaxy is like, it would just be floating in space. but wrapped around a planet. And even that could be something I could do over our Saturn, because from a distance, you don't need to see a lot of detail. I like that idea. Let's write that down. Septa said, I'm just watching you design while I watch the new Conjuring movie, multitasking. Victoria said, for a plant, calla lilies are really nice. Maybe. I don't even know if I'm going to go towards the plants at this point. We've gotten so many sea things. Well, if I add frogs, I guess we could. Let's see. Marty said, search by Ganapathy Kumar. He has a great orange one. Okay, let's see. We can have more than one jellyfish if it works. Let's find out. Oops, wrong button. Also the wrong button. Still the wrong button. There's the right button. That didn't work. Oh, because it's pixabay. Pay attention, Lisa. Okay, maybe that and jellyfish. How many? Oh, you only have 6 photos, though. Nope, that didn't work at all. Users. I'm guessing him. Okay, here. Oh, man, he's got good photos. This guy is talented. If he took all these photos. See, I always wonder, did you take this? Oh, that is pretty. You were not lying. Download. But anyway, I don't know if I wonder if he actually took the photos himself. Sometimes people upload stuff that they got that isn't theirs. And sometimes I'm like, that photo is too good for you to be giving it away. Let's see. And here's where I delete things in a not proper way. I think it's like a chroma key, or there's something, I don't know, something I'm not doing right that works better for what I'm doing, because this is going to look like poop. It's hard to like get a good view of like, this is the perfect jellyfish. This is beautiful. So it's hard to get a view because I'm doing such a crap job of the way, like I'm doing a really fast, like I know how to edit this in a way that would make it look super realistic. This isn't it, but time wise, I'm doing the laziest, worst. Oh my gosh. Just soften some of that up to try to make it look a little bit nicer. I love the glow on this though. It works with the space thing. Like I think I want both jellyfish. That is, it looks like he's got a light. So he can almost, he's the light source now. Oh my gosh. I like it. Thank you for mentioning or having me go look that up. Oh my gosh. That's the thing I'm most excited about right now, because the lighting, I'm going to base the lighting on everything else off that. So like even now Saturn is going to end up with 2 light sources if I left it back there, because he's got the light source coming behind him from the galaxy, but he could also have like a secondary distant light source a little bit from the jellyfish. I'm going to bounce that off the, oh, I'm starting to look, that made a difference. Thank you. I kind of love you right now, Marty. Anne said, what about seahorse on the other side? Where should I put the seahorse? The seahorse could be attached to the Saturn ring, but that's so far in the distance. That's my problem. I put Saturn, like, you can only have so much up front. Maybe. Susan said, how about the jellyfish tentacles coming a different direction? Frogs riding one of the tentacles and fish hiding in them. Oh. That could work, because I'm dumb and didn't save it, and I should have, because I already had them cut out, and I don't know why I didn't save them. What was I working on? I think I saved it under Holbein. Let me see. I'm almost positive I deleted it, thinking, oh, I'm not going to do this, so I don't need to worry about it. And I already had the frogs cropped, and they were kind of a pain to crop, so it would have been easier if I saved it. I'm dumb, and I didn't. Holbein, where are you? I didn't save it. I'm an idiot. I mean, I have the photos. I just didn't save it. Come on, glitch. Let's go ahead and crop you again. First, I'm just going to get rid of most of this. Yet again, I forget to do my job. There. Okay. glitch is definitely going to have to be included in this. So let's go ahead. Yeah, see, this one wants to, this is what I had happen last night. I cut this out last night. That's why I was like, I knew that that was a problem with the eye, because I had that problem last night. It like wants to jump into the pupil. So we'll just do it this way really quick. This is not going to look good because I'm doing a crappy job. You know what? Just cut this part out and then see if the magnetic one will work okay. Okay. Get the toe. You're not getting her little toe bean. Look how much concentration I'm using. I stopped talking. It doesn't happen often. Someone should document this. I just messed up her elbow. Whatever. Don't worry, Glitch. I know where your elbow's supposed to be. I'll fix it. I'm going to cut this out because around the top of her head was a problem last night too when I did this. I can't believe I didn't save that. Like, how dumb. I knew I would be using these photos tonight. Why am I having to cut this out again when I already did the work? That should have been saved. Kicking myself because I just cost myself a whole like 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes we'll never get back. Okay, let's see. That jellyfish looks like a parachute for the turtle. Jason said, Lisa, how about a comment on the right side with brightness over the torture? I don't want to torture anybody. But I do like the idea of a comet, so that may happen. Let's pull you back down. Let's see. Susan said, does the purple jellyfish look like someone wearing a hat, or is that just me? Is that his beard? The floof at the bottom? Dee said, sea anemone on the planet or fin? Maybe. Those are a pain to draw, honestly. My main hesitance there is hesitance, whatever. They're a pain. Like, oh my gosh. There's so many. Anyone who's ever drawn an anemone knows that is time consuming. Should Glitch be on the earth? Or should she be up hanging on to the... I don't want to go too small. Oh, that's kind of cute though, huh? Okay, let's see. And I'll have to adjust the lighting, obviously, but maybe just on one of the tentacles over here. Like right now, it's too dark where her belly is, but I would have to fix the fins, but that's kind of cute. Frog climbing on the planet or a turtle. Yeah, and I also think I want to use the yellow frog, my albino. Jason said, how about Glitch on Saturn, or see if you are not feeling well? Not talking is not right. I must need more coffee. That's the only solution. I wanted to, where did I download the yellow frog? I don't remember if I saved it to the computer or not. It's over on, hold on, let's head over to MeWe and save that photo. I think I did, but let's go to my profile, which you can add me, MeWe.com/I/Lachri. There's Glitch from last night. He's so cute. Oh, there's the, God, he's adorable. This is the little yellow frog, my little albino frog. Let's save image. He is the cutest little boy. Okay. Like, and you, believe it or not, that photo was, he was even cuter in person. It was one of those, like, you couldn't not squeal. I went and got my husband, and he was working at the time. I'm like, you have to come see this. He comes in, and my husband's a big guy. Ooh, he's like the highest squeal. He's sitting there doing his hand at the tank right where he was, going, oh my God, I want to hug him. So yeah, it was adorable. He is so cute. Okay. So, enough of that. Come on, Captain Cookie. Any World of Warcraft fans? They're all named after Murlocs. And Captain Cookie runs the Dead Mines restaurant. There we go. losing any toe beans in here. Nope, that one lost some toe beans. Nope. Okay, I think I have to crop the rest by hand. I'll have to sharpen a lot of this up because it's, or, you know, in the actual drawing, because it's very, and we can fix stuff too. Like if the toes are not really wrapped around what it should be wrapped around, we just make that adjustment in the drawing. And luckily, because I'm doing this on sanded paper with powder blender, if I draw it out, like let's say I draw it exactly as it is in the photo, and then I step back after I've been shading it in colored pencil or whatever for a while, and look at it and realize it doesn't look right. That's one of the most amazing things about working on sanded paper with powder blender. You can come back through and change it, and you can go over as many layers as you want and fix and change and make those adjustments. So that's one of the reasons that I didn't, before powder blender, I really didn't do much in the way of surrealism with colored pencil, because it's very, like, I feel like with colored pencil, you need to know before you start exactly what you're doing. You have to have everything drawn out exactly, because you can't really make a lot of, you can make some changes, but not like I can with acrylics. So I usually did the surreal stuff with acrylics so I could make those changes if I needed to. With powder blender and sanded paper, it is so easy to do. He's too sideways though on that fin. I still don't know, maybe it doesn't need to be that turtle. I kind of like the fin coming in front of the earth, but I might adjust it and kind of curve it a little bit more. Can have it look like his fins are kind of around the thing. And his color will change too once we start drawing. I mean, he'll still be the yellow one, but he will have some variation, because right now, when I do these collages, nothing feels like it goes together. And right now, this composition is terrible. I'm going to have to make some major adjustments here. Everything's too small. I need to get some stuff that's really big. Maybe the octopus will tie all this in. I don't know. We'll start playing with that. But that Saturn's not working for me either at that size. I need to, for this collage, start making some of these bigger. Right now, I feel like everything's almost kind of the same. It's just not working. So let's see. And he may need to sit on a jellyfish or the earth. I mean, we've got some different, oh, he's kind of cute on the earth. I'll have to change where his toes are positioned. Kind of like him better up there than I did on the turtle by a decent amount. Yeah, Jamie said I wouldn't add too much more. I'm with you on that. I think it's getting to the point I need to start making some just adjustments. I may have a shark still in the background. I think I'm going to go that route. Let's see. The albino frog is the cutest. He looks like a young Kermit the Frog. Flip mirror in Saturn, so it looks like its lighting is coming from the jellyfish shoe. And I might, well, that was one of the things I was talking about. Saturn's going to be lit from both ends. It's going to be completely different because you've got two light sources here. So once we start doing the actual artwork, we're going to be changing our lighting. We're going to change all of that to make everything feel like it goes together. Right now, it's very obvious. We just pasted a bunch of random stuff together. So the challenge then is, and it's not even that big of a challenge, it's just what you do when you start with the colored pencil on the artwork, you adjust for that. You correct, you make everything feel like it goes more together. So like jellyfish, I don't like his positioning. We're going to pull that in a bit. We're going to push him back behind the turtle. We need to start now making everything feel like it goes together. Now, one of the things that you can do too, they can be helpful. If you ever are struggling with your composition and you're like, something seems off, grab the rule of thirds. What folder do I have this in? And you can just drop this on your work, and it's kind of an easy way. I mean, I can mess with this without the rule of thirds and I'll come up with a balance. But if you're struggling with it, I just want to show you a quick tip you can do. And we're going to start making some of these adjustments here. I'm going to put this over. That light is way bright in front of me. I cannot see any of the things right now. So what this will do is give you an idea, like just positioning things so that it's got a nice balance. So even like, okay, the turtle. Maybe if he were pulled down here, the earth doesn't have to be, actually it would probably look better if the earth was further down and maybe larger and moving off screen. Let's make that a bigger piece of this. So these are the adjustments now we can start making to come up with a better composition, because it was not quite there. A little yellow frog. What is he saved as? Is that him? Yeah. He's going to be a bit bigger. I don't know if he'll be that big, but we'll start. I mean, technically it'd be better if I had him over here or something off to the side. I don't like him sideways, though. He doesn't look right that way. Let's see what else we can add or move. The jellyfish. Oops. No. But see how much easier it can make things on figuring out your positioning on stuff and how everything starts. It's just an easy way to make those adjustments for a better design, a better balance. I like that being maybe not that much bigger. But see how I'm following those dots? I'm kind of following our guides here. And now it's starting to have a nicer balance. Is it perfect yet? No, we're going to keep messing with it. But it's one of the things that you can do to just check your work and see if it's going to work out. Or like if something's just not looking right. This is what we do, or what we can do, I should say. Turtle should be a bigger part of this. We're going to make him a lot bigger. See, and I like his fin better now that it's going off the side there. That I like a lot better. This jellyfish. Let's see. Someone said, maybe having the illuminating tails of jellyfish going around and through the turtle limbs as if the jellyfish tails are interacting like fabric on the limbs. That might work too. I might pull some of that. I like that idea a lot. When we do the actual drawing. Septa said, I'm back. Oh, wow. She said, in rule of thirds, is it a must that at least one subject meets one of those 4 green intersections? So here's the thing, there's no must. I don't think there is a must. You do what makes your work look well. But the idea of rule of thirds is, yeah, like whatever your main thing. So let's say I'm drawing an elephant. His eye, which is probably where I want the main focus to be, or maybe it's the front of his head, depending on like the angle and all of that, should land on one of those green dots. It's not that you need something fancy on every green dot, but this gives you an idea of a balance. And usually I would just pick one. But what I'm using the red lines for are just to kind of line things up so you break things in thirds. It's not like before I had things too far off to the side or too far, and this is a way but to make that work. But it's not like with the rule of thirds, it's not a rule as in this is the law we must follow. And that's something that I should point out too about the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds will generally make things look good, but you don't always have to follow it to make something look good. It's a guideline. I think it's extra helpful if someone is struggling with composition. If we talk about with art that some people have a natural eye for things, or some people are naturally gifted or whatever. I don't believe that's true. I think some people are naturally inclined to spend more time learning to do it because they're interested in it. But the one thing that I do find is there is a natural eye for balance. So I can look at something and go, okay, this feels heavy here. This needs to be adjusted. And I don't really need the rule of thirds for that, but I can make something look very well balanced. Even when I was not skilled with painting in general or drawing, my balance was always like I had an eye for that. And I think that comes naturally. But here's the thing. If you don't naturally have that, fake it with the rule of thirds. This just gave you the formula. And so that's when you're going to follow it more. And there are times where I'm like, something's off on this. I'll throw that on there. And you can easily go, oh, I'm off on my, this is completely not working. But like, on the flip side, there was a lady I used to work with, and when I taught at that Let's Art party where people drank wine while I walked them through a painting, she was going to college, and she was one who was like, if the professor taught me something, I must forever do it that way. That's the only way to do it. I noticed dust. I had to dust. That's what I was doing. I have issues. But I remember I did a painting of a lighthouse, and the lighthouse was more centered, but it was so zoomed in that it made sense in this, and the balance I had with the flowers and the plants off to the side, it was balanced the way that I had it. She made such a big huff over, you can't do that. You can't center things. Yes, you can. I have a natural eye for balance. It didn't matter that she was going to college. She didn't have a natural eye for balance. So in her mind, you had to always follow the rule of thirds. You always had to do, no. In her case, yes, it was a way to allow her to make and she was a good artist. She made very beautiful paintings, but she had to follow the rule of thirds or she couldn't balance stuff. Like it didn't make, her brain just didn't pick up on that. So that's where I think the rule of thirds is really helpful. If you, even if you have a natural, like I have a natural eye for it, but once I threw this on here, I was like, oh, let me fix this really quick. Eventually I would have gotten there, but I just saved a ton of time doing that way. So anyway, just kind of some stuff on rule of thirds. It's not something that has to 100% be followed. You can create beautiful stuff without it, but it's a kind of an easy way. If you do struggle with getting a balance, just throw that on there. You will get it pretty quickly. Doug said, I don't like the large fin on the turtle. The photo was taken with a wide angle lens from up close, which messes with the perspective and draws my eye to the front of the fin. I will probably darken that. I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I just always liked that angle of that turtle where it feels like it's coming out at you. That's a perspective thing that I just like in art. And I think that that's going to come down to personal preference, but you're right. Right now it draws attention like right off the thing. So we'll have to do some work on that. And maybe it will be coral growing along it or something. It may actually, more likely than not, it'll just be darkened up. It's going to fade out and not just be bright light all the way down. So we'll see. Jamie said, I would remove the blue jellyfish, but it looks good regardless. I might, but I kind of want to cluster a bunch of random stuff together, and I like the purple and the yellow up against the yellow frog. We'll see. You may be, at this point, it comes down to personal preference, I think. But this is the cool thing. When you guys design yours, when you're following along, you can make these adjustments. When you're seeing things where you're like, I think I would change this, or I would change that, you can do that. I would recommend doing that on yours. I recommend, try some other stuff. I think that's really cool. Simon said, when it comes to marine life photography, and especially jellyfish, the golden ratio is used to emphasize fluidity, focus, smoothness. Is that applicable here? Yeah, it could be. I never really got super into the golden rule. I have it on here somewhere, the circle-y thing. I don't really go too far into that one myself, but yeah, it would apply to anything, I think, pretty well. Hold on one second. Neighbor texting me. Let's see. When SGWW said, I think the word rule in the rule of thirds makes it seem like it's more a law than a tool. People assign a lot of weight to certain words. I think you're right. Actually, I think that is a good way to put that. Septa said, golden rule, not golden enough. I mean, in the golden rule is amazing, but it gets to the point where I'm like, I just don't put that much work into, maybe I should. Slurping my coffee, that's not annoying at all. That's in your head. Sorry, itchy nose. Mail person put the mail key in the wrong thing. That's what my neighbor is texting me about right now. Okay, let's see. Now, what else do we want to change on here? We've got a lot of stuff that I still want to adjust. I need to rename that. Where's the renamey guy? Oh, I'm not doing it the right way. That's why. That's glitch. Apparently I've got caps lock on because I'm a pro. This one is Captain Cookie. And which maybe I should rename Murloco. It seems like every time I name a frog Murloco, something goes terribly wrong though, because Glitch used to be Murloco. Murloco's Tacos, World of Warcraft. So that's like one of my favorite names, and it didn't end up with one of them with that. Then the purple frog was supposed to be Murloco, but we all know how that's gone. Anyway, Marty said, the octopus would look good where you have the blue jelly pulling the other elements together. You may be right. I was thinking, yeah, you know what? And I love that blue jellyfish, but I think you're right. Because the arms and the location, I could have it kind of wrapping around the earth, around the turtle, up around. Yeah, I think you're right on that. Okay, let's get the welcome tablet going. Septa said, maybe I just don't get hung up with these rules, but they're helpful. So there's that. Yeah, it's just a tool, just like, an eraser or a ruler. It's not how I'm going to do the whole painting, but it can be helpful sometimes. I've learned from you that subjects should not be spaced out, instead overlap each other. Thank you so much. It makes a huge difference. And that's kind of what you saw, why things were looking so horrible on this for a while there. everything was kind of spaced out. And once I enlarged it, overlapped, that was a good example where that made a difference. Someone said the arguments are made here seem to fit the golden ratio more than the rule of third. I'm rooting the golden rule. Okay, let's see. So now I need another layer. We're gonna move you back. We're gonna move, let's see, layer, new layer. We're gonna go Octopus. And okay, I'm gonna just draw this probably with white so it's really bright. I need a paintbrush. I need, you will work, you will work, you will work. Okay, and I'm gonna move this jellyfish back for now. Oh, that's too big. What was I drawing that I needed that? Thing's that big. Maybe 12? Maybe I want really big, thick lines for this, but there we go. That'll work. Let's see. How do I want the octopus to look? Should he be big? Maybe. Actually, let's start by about the position that I want his head to be. So I kind of am thinking maybe right around there, and then in the legs coming from there. Maybe. Or I could have the moon or something like that and kind of wrapped more around that would be another thing. We're definitely going to have some of this jellyfish kind of flowing here. Oh, and this needs to change all the way up. This has been one of my most handy tools I think I've ever bought. Let's see. Is Starfish too cliche for the thing? No, and I think I wanted to put him, I'm glad you brought that up. I either want him like on the Earth or back on Saturn. I wanted to include him. And I don't like right now that I only have 2 planets. I do kind of want to put the moon in there. Not that the moon's a planet, but you get the circle theme. That is weird. There's a plane that is insanely low circling my neighborhood. What in the... I have never seen a plane that low around houses. If we hear a crash and I lose power, thank God I have a power generator for the fish tanks. That was weird. It was a private plane, like a little one, but like a plane, like a little like 2-seater type thing. Wow. Shannon said, just joined, came back from the shopping center. Do you have any tips on studying art, researching artists, drawing, still lives, values? That is going to be way, no, actually, well, it's funny because I was going to say, that's a way more complicated. Do you really want advice from me right now? That's going to be a bit more complicated than my ability to do that and draw. But also, I don't know that I do have anything on that. Studying art, research, artists, drawing from still life, all of it, just do it. I don't have anything that you necessarily need to study. You just need to draw. Like, you just need to do it. I need the Earth or the moon back here. 100%. I need the moon. Okay, I hear it again. It's circling. Like, is it crashing? It keeps getting low. We've got fields back there. What is it doing? That is kind of creepy, weird, like plane crash stuff. Hold on, I'm looking out the window. You guys can still hear me. What is this plane doing? I can't see it now, but like it's back behind. There's like a field where between some houses. It's not a huge field. Like, why is it? That is so odd. I have never seen a plane like, other than in movies where it was crashing. That's what I'm wondering, emergency landing, like I'm watching to see what happens there. That is odd. When SJWW said, before I forget, how did you so easily select the subject of each photo you inserted? What was the command? I asked you guys, or the viewers, what, and they gave me a list, and we're just going through on Pixabay and seeing. I'm watching to see if that comes back. That's so weird. It is. But it's back up again. It's just making laps, like, and then it droops back down, and then it evens out. What is it? It's yellow. It's a yellow little plane. That is so odd. It's a small one. Like there's probably one, maybe two people in it. It's a small plane. That is so odd. Are there crops in the field? Crop dusting? We have crops out that way, not where this is. There's no crops over here. You went to Crash and I went to mapping. Huh? Oh, maybe it's weird because he just keeps circling this field behind the like across the street. There's another field out there where they're going to be building houses, and it's not that big of a field though. Like, and it wouldn't. I don't know. And there's no crops out there. Like the closest crops are, I would say 2 miles that way. Like they're not where this is. Sarah said, in Little Italy, a neighborhood in San Diego, there's an airport, and I swear airplanes can go so close that you feel like it might hit you in the head. Oh my gosh. There it goes again. I hear it. I don't see it that time. I don't know if that's good. Hold on. Let's see. If this live stream goes too long, it's because a plane was trying to land or something. I don't know. I don't see it now. I just heard it. That is weird. Well, I would think he would, well, unless he's not out front and didn't see it. Yeah, let's text. Hold on. Let's see what, this would not be an area. It's too close to homes. The way that it's set up, this would not be something where anyone would intentionally allow somebody, like there's too much construction going on right there. You can't, like, no, it is definitely not that. Let's see. I'll ask him about that after. Anyway, let's go ahead and what was I going to do? Octopus. Actually, do I have any in here that I can just throw in and then work from? That might make my job a little bit easier. My face looks terrible. Like ridiculous. The cringe look on that one. Taking my own colored. Is it weird to use your own artwork as reference? But that actually could be cool. Oh, what if he was what's... Okay, I have ideas. We may make some adjustments. I always forget this. Oops, too much. Back off. It's actually kind of funny how often I use my own artwork as reference. We already did the work. We'll just use that. Okay, let's crop this now. I may or may not use this. We may make some adjustments, but this, I like the colors, that's for sure. It would work very well for, oops, too far. What if he was kind of like this, hanging on the back of the moon, put the moon right behind the earth, and then have his arms coming out forward? I don't know. I'm thinking out loud now. I'm definitely going to have to draw some, or we will have to draw some bubbles in place of stars on this. I think that will look cool. So there's a certain type of star that I do. We're going to do bubbles as the center. Okay. Whoops. Oh, there's the roller thing Joseph was talking about. I got it by hitting the wrong button. You are going to be smaller. Oh, what if... I kind of like him up close. Well, okay, so here's one thing, though. He's too detailed. He would take me a freaking month just to do that. So he can't be that up close, I don't think. As much as I love him, I think it would, I don't know. I might be rearranging some stuff. Because I like him on the earth. If the earth were bigger, I don't know. It gives me a nice balance of orange. Let's see. Message Therapy Texas said, I'm checking DFW scanner, but I don't see anything there yet. Yeah, it's gone, and there were no crashes, so I guess it was on purpose, whatever it was. Let's see. When SGWW said, once the picture is placed, I like Saturn. How did you select the planet and get rid of the background? What commands are you using? I am doing a few different things. I don't teach Photoshop because I'm not good enough with it, but I'm using this little magic tool and you just touch the area. That's what I just did. And then hit delete. Or I'm using a lot of this, I used the polygonal lasso tool or the magnetic lasso tool to cut things out. But there are so many people who know more about Photoshop than I do that will teach you better than I can. If you just like, how do I cut out an image? Do that Google or search on YouTube, and someone will teach you how to do it way better than I just did. Alana said, how are you deleting the background from the octopus? I'm using this tool here. That's what I was talking about. It's the magic wand tool. Now, if you talk to somebody who knows what they're doing with Photoshop, they will tell you stop using that tool. It is not the best way. But for what I'm doing, it's fast, it's quick, it works. But that's what I was doing there. Doug said, it sounds like plain spraying pesticide of some kind. Mosquito may. Oh, that could be. Weird to do in the middle of the day. They usually do that at night when people aren't out. And they usually warn you. Shayna said, what about a sun with a flaming creature, preferably? That's getting too, I think we're getting too much in there. I'm trying to, yeah, I think we're about there on creatures now. I need to get the moon in here, though. Sounds like chemtrails, conspiracy theories. You and I should talk those one of these days. I think you and I have some similar interests, Salmon. Let's see. I want you to be pushed back. Oh, you might work on a moon. Oh, it almost looks like his tentacle is, if I remove some of this, like it's coming from around, I may be able to actually use a lot of this guy. I need the moon. Let's get the moon really quick. Nope. I got you. Now I need the moon. Would the squid be less detailed than octopus? Yeah, but they're impossible to find reference photos on or anything good. That's a ghost. What's a ghost plane, Septa? It's in, like, I've looked, because my husband loves squids. He just thinks they're the coolest thing. I don't know why. That's his thing. He'll take drawings of octopus in place of squid because I can't find reference photos. Like, they're just, I can find food reference photos. That's not what I want to paint. So yeah. Oh, and I'll show you when SGWW. I'll show you right now how, because I'm going to cut the moon out on this. I'll show you. I'll actually tell you the commands I'm using as I do it here. That'll make it easier. So do I want a half circly moon? I kind of had wanted that at one point. I'm going to open you and keep you in a new tab in case I change my mind. What I really want is something bigger and a little bit more surreal looking. Kind of like you. Maybe. Ooh, you are very pretty. Let's go with you. And why this makes it easy, because I can just do it in one thing. Watch this. So, I think Alana asked too about what commands I'm using, so I'll actually use those in this. So first, I have to put you in the right place. I have to rasterize, rasterize. I don't know the words. And then I'm just going to take this. It's the magic wand tool. I just click the color, anything that's attached to the color. Now the problem is it's going to pull out some of the spots on the moon too that are in black. See how it highlights? All of that gets pulled out. Not a big deal. I can put that back in on my own. And then I just hit delete. Done. It is that easy. Now that's extra easy because it's all one solid background. But yeah, that's what I was doing there. I think the moon's going to be abnormally big in relation to the Earth here. Although, you know what I want to do? Making this, and so the other option I can do here is, because I don't want, I want to go ahead and leave the black in there for now because it was weird how chunky that was. So I've got another circle. I'm just going to move that in front line that up. And there's a better way to do this. See, this is why I don't teach Photoshop and why I don't really talk you through what I'm doing, because I do it wrong. Like, there are way better ways to do things than what I do. Joseph and somebody else was also telling me some other ways that were better than what I'm doing, but I am not a Photoshop pro. So here I'm going to highlight the orange or the round because I have another round object there. I'm not painting a zebra in this, but I've got the round there. Hit Control-Shift-I. It highlights the outside instead of the center. Now I'm going to switch over to the moon because that's what I'm actually deleting. Hit delete. That is gone. Zebra's pushed back again, and now I have just a circle moon, including the black. So that was one way. But see, I'm not good at teaching Photoshop because I'm not good at Photoshop. Like, okay, that's not totally true. I can do certain things. This isn't one of my specialties. Okay, let's go. Now another option would be for the moon to be in the foreground and the Earth pushed back, which would make sense on the moon being bigger, but why am I trying to make this make sense? I've got sea animals in space. Where are you? Actually, you need to be renamed. I don't even know what you were named as. This is what happens when you don't title your stuff. Okay, here we go. You come back here. I guess I can leave it big. Again, we're going kind of surreal, so... Okay, you there for now. Octopus kind of wrapped around that. And I'm going to move his legs and stuff. He's not quite going to be what you're seeing here. I'm going to pull legs forward, like way forward. What about an octopus wrapped around the moon? Or is that too weird? Julie said, moon is 1/4 the size of Earth. Not in my world. But then again, there are no jellyfish in space that we're aware of. Salmon said, is the moon real? Any flat earthers here? The flat earthers crack me up. Mickey Chickadee said, I arrived late. What happened with Holbein? It's too long. You'll have to back this up and watch the beginning because it's longer for me to explain than what we have left on this video. And I want to get this guy finished. So that sounds super dismissive and I apologize, but there's no way I would finish this if I get into that again. But if you back it up, it's like the first thing I talk about. Oh, yeah, that is the right thing to be deleting, which is weird because it's not. Okay. That's why it's weird. It's not moving all of it. Okay, and his arms will definitely have to be moved around. Let's go ahead and move you. This arm in front of the frog isn't working, so let's just pull that out. And then we'll start having some of his other arms, whoops, come forward. So I need to go back to, where was my line art? You'd have Saturn rising from the bottom corner. I mean, do we not like Saturn back there? Oh, maybe we don't like Saturn at all. Hold on, I have to delete this. I don't know what you came from, but you don't belong. It's not you. I don't think it's you. Don't think it's you. Don't think it's you. Not you. Not you. There we go. It's from that guy. Okay. I don't know if Saturn needs to be here, honestly. We may stay with the Earth and the Moon. I kind of like focusing. I would drop the galaxy down and make it more rounded this way, but I don't think that galaxy, I don't know. It might be better without. And then this arm, I don't like this around Cookie's head. There we go. But we can draw, what was my line drawing? Life with Casey said, I feel like Saturn needed to be more incorporated somehow. Everything else is touching in some other way except for Saturn. Yeah, Saturn, I'm not making it work, am I? It like didn't, I don't know. I don't think I liked the idea, but I didn't really like incorporate it. I think you're right. It was not incorporated in. And see, that's the cool thing. This is why, oh, this is not what I want. This is why I love designing things in Photoshop, because sometimes I would get these ideas and like spend too much time drawing it out and then realize that didn't work. But if I can do it in Photoshop, and if I do this in Photoshop when I'm not like sitting here talking and stuff, it's way faster than this. Subta said, what's for late lunch, Lisa? Probably rice. That's I think my rice bowls. Or Chipotle rice again, though. So I don't know. Susan said, how about yellow frog on top of the jellyfish? It's a possibility. Let's see. Hold on. Let me move. What am I looking for? Where's my... Okay, the line drawing. This is what I needed. Octopus. And then let's try, you said cookie. Too far up. I mean, I can make him smaller, but he'd be too small and too far up. Maybe on the moon. No. Yeah, he's balancing it out better here. It was a good idea. So this is what's so cool. I can just drag it and see, find out. No, it works. Or, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like when I was like, I was certain we were leaving Saturn in there. And then when I removed it, it was like, oh, that's way better. So yeah, Photoshop is really handy for this. Okay, so we have our lines for the octopus. Let's go ahead and we've got, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. You go back up. Where are my lines? Octopus lines. There we go. So we can have one of these arms come up, maybe. Nope, I don't like how I drew that. Too big, doesn't work. It could work if this was bigger. There we go. Let's see. Judy likes it better with Saturn. Frog on the moon. Yeah, I tried that. That didn't work out. Maybe have only parts of Saturn's ring visible. And okay, so this is one of the things we can do too. When we start the collage, and this is what's so cool and why I like with Powder Blender. If we decide, once we get going on this and everything's balancing out well, because right now the colors, nothing really works with each other. Once we make it work, we can go back and take a photo of where we're at that stage, throw it in Photoshop, see if we add Saturn, if it works. And if it does, I can add it on top later, which is pretty cool. So we might still add it. Glitch peeking out on top of the jellyfish would be cute. Well, we've got glitch in the jellyfish arms. Though, and I'm doing the one with Murky where she, right now with the Holbeins on top. So that, oh, I could add that. I might add that. Oh, you know what would be cute with that? We'll come back to it. Yeah, Septa agrees with no Saturn. See, and that's the cool thing with art. It's all personal preference. Like, there's no one right answer. Somebody who likes it is not wrong. Somebody who doesn't like it is not wrong. You just have to figure out what you like and make it yours. Oh, so I'm going to wrap some of his, nope, too long, too much. But I can have some of his tentacle going over. No, I don't like it, actually. I don't like the balance there. I wanted more of the octopus wrapping around it, but as I'm drawing it, I don't like that. I do like the idea of the jellyfish kind of coming up and wrap, you know, some of the tentacles coming through here. I kind of like it just this. So then we had someone suggest 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone suggested, let me try one more thing because I do have a really cool photo. It was one of our my brain shut down again. One of our Patreon reference photos or subscribe star reference members. There, we'll go members reference photos. Let's see, group. Where did I put it? Patreon, May 2021. Yeah. This is such a cute photo. This is what I'm drawing right now on with Holbein. So let's go ahead and just crop this out really quick. Yeah, that background initially was not getting that dark with Holbein, and it was bad. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so this is that magic wand again, and it only really works if the color, if it's pretty high contrast where you're trying to cut out. Otherwise, you end up cutting out some of your subject. And like there, it gets weird, so I'm going to switch and just do that. It must be 3. My fish tank just came out. Well, the little reef just woke up. So she's got the little branches there I would have to remove. This is Murky, my big girl. Kind of off in the distance. That's kind of cute. I don't hate that. And then we can see, oh, that one doesn't really work on the jellyfish. It's too much like cherry on the top of the cake. Maybe even here too. Let's go from an angle. That's better. And then the moon will have a bit more of a shadow too. Actually, it's easier with that just to erase some, to push it back. Nope, that's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. And very low opacity. There we go. I think that's about it. We're also going to put in the stars. We're going to put in stars that are really bubbles. We'll have some of that. It is possible I'll make some adjustments and add some more stuff. We'll see. Because I really like the idea of a shark in the background, but I don't know how well that would work. Hold on. I'll just really quick see if I can make that work. Whoops. But we are already at 3. Maybe you. Kind of off, like way in the distance, and it's cool because it's so dark. That would actually, this is the one we did on a live stream not too long ago. Actually, yeah, whatever. Murky on Turtle's back. Oh, that might work too. We'll see that in just a second. Let me get this going. Oops, I'm an idiot. That was not what I meant to have happen. Okay, and then that. I'm just going to erase on this case. So this is another way that you can do it. Well, in this way only works well if you have a Wacom tablet or you're using that some sort of an editor like that. But it'll give me a really soft edge, and being that I'd want this guy in the background, I'm getting excited about this. I'm anxious to start this one now that we're getting more of these. Like, I planned on having birds and more stuff like that, but I'm really liking this whole, I mean, we've got the frogs, but I really like this ocean theme. Move you back, way back, shrink you down. I need to make sure he looks like he's back behind the jellyfish, so he's set back. I may even have stars more in front of him. Or he could just be up close. Maybe he doesn't need to be that far back. because that kind of gives a neat circle type balance. I don't hate that. Let's pull the rule of thirds back up and see how that looks. I mean, I'd have to make the edges a little bit sharper, but yeah, he kind of, what do I have you titled as? Saturn, Octopus. I really like the shark. I wanted to do dolphins and stuff too, but I just don't think we're gonna fit them into this one. Where was the shark? Pull him kind of back. I want to see that shark fin because, you know, we got to have a fin. I like this. Okay, I think this is our design. So we wanted to see what it would look like if murky instead. Let's do that. Layer. I'm just going to move her over. Does she look better on the turtle? I think I like her on the moon. What do you guys think? Moon murky? Actually, I should rename this. We've got moon murky or turtle murky. I'm leaning towards the moon. I don't know. Let's see. Where were we? Marty said, what about removing the back feet of the yellow frog and have him hanging off the moon or earth? He could, but I think I like how he is. I think I like the yellow one where he's at right now. But it may just be that I'm super attached to that photo and that position because he's my, like, he's just, it was the cutest moment of frog history. Let's see, maybe the octopus higher on the moon. Well, I was trying to make it, he's actually not on the moon, he's on the earth now. I moved him. The moon is just in the distance. So we could kind of move that a little. Let's see. This is so cool. It's like they got together and had a party in space, except they look rebellious, especially the frog on the jellyfish. That's murky or glitch. She is quite rebellious when I'm trying to feed her crickets, and she does not want the crickets. Let's see. Lisa, hold the pen with her mouth. Her desk. I'm here. Hello? Huh? What? So just said, you know what? I'd say this is balanced already. Adding more elements would just be corny and too convoluted. I agree. Yeah, I didn't get to the starfish. It just doesn't. I don't think it's going to happen in this one. That was one I didn't. Murky on turtle's back. Septa said, so much is going on in the galaxy. Adding more elements would be claustrophobic, which would be ironic because this is supposed to be in space. No, oh, we didn't get to the tetrafish, huh? I'm not going to draw them out right now. But what I will do, because they could work with the movement of this, if I wrap them around, like so they're swimming through, I think that they would still work. We'll probably draw them in. We'll just freehand them when we get to the actual project. Because I think that they would add a nice movement, kind of flowing with the jellyfish in through the sea turtle under the, that would be a really nice movement on here. So I think we'll still add it. I'm just not going to do it today. Susan said, thank you for another enjoyable evening. Massage Therapy Texas said, a hammerhead shark could be neat. I mean, this is the photo I have, so it's what I'm going. I think I did get a hammerhead shark photo recently, though. Oh my God, I have not saved this once. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh, that could be bad. How frustrating would that be? How have I forgotten to save this at all? Collage. Pink, powder blender, ale, powder blender. Oh, that could have been really bad. Thank you, we're saved. Oh my gosh. If I would have shut this computer down without thinking, because that's what this sort of thing I do. Oh my gosh. Simon said, yep, that looks exactly like the golden ratio rule. You can try and apply it to another layer of the golden rule line. It fits exactly. Wow. Noreen said, tilt him to follow the moon arc. Which one? I don't know which one we're talking about. Oh, that just jumped too far. On the moon. What was that one? I'm not all, okay, moon. Everyone likes the moon better. Yeah, I think I like the moon better myself. And part of it could be, and this happens a lot, where I've seen something, like I designed it a certain way, and then I'll go to change it, and I don't like it when I change it just because I was so used to looking at it the other way that felt right, even though if it wasn't. So that happens too. I think we're all used to seeing on the moon. What if the jellyfish was up to the right corner just a bit? Like that. Click save. This is perfect already. Shelly said, adding that shark nailed it for me. Yeah, I'm excited I'm like super excited to start drawing this next week now. Like, I don't want to wait till next week. I'm so excited. I mean, I have to because time and all that, but we should do a pronghorn antelope one day. All right. Okay. Maureen, what was you had said? Tilt him to follow the moon arc. Oh, I see what you mean. A little bit more. I like that. Don't want to go too much, but I'm liking that. And I really do like the look of the tetras. We'll see. What I'll do is once we basically have this mostly done, we'll take a photo, we'll take it into Photoshop, then we'll add the tetras. And if we like it, because it's powder blender on sanded paper, it is no problem to add them later on. It's just we're already at 310, and I'm pretty sure Joseph and Nick are done with me now. So let's see. Okay, I think we are good. We are done. Thank you guys for helping with it. These are so fun. I love these streams. It's almost too bad that the project itself takes so long, because I love doing these streams with you guys. You guys come up with some really cool ideas. There were a lot of really other cool ideas that we just didn't fit into this, but this is good. This is going to be awesome. Okay, and the jelly. Oh, I'm so excited. So, like, I have goosebumps. Seriously, I don't know if you see. I'm such a dork. I'm so excited. Okay, we are done. So, if you have not already, make sure to follow Nick and Joseph. They are both moderators here. They help so much, and they both have channels here on YouTube, art channels. Links are in the video description. Tell them thank you. They keep all of the spam and stuff out of the chat. It's very, very helpful. And I think, do I have anything else? Make sure to follow me on MeWe, because if you want to see MeWe gets the first view, I guess, of whatever I come up with these Holbein pencils. I'm working on, actually, this photo of Murky on the moon. I'm working on a big, like the original photo is what I'm going to attempt with those weird Holbein colored pencils. And I'll be posting the updates, the photos there. Patreon gets the first video because theirs will be up on either Tuesday or Monday. It depends on when I get it done. I just don't know how long this is going to take because they're weird pencils. And yeah, I think that's it. But follow me on MeWe. Links are in the video description. We've also got an art group there. It's really, really active. Like, if not the most, it's one of the biggest, most active art groups over on MeWe. We're good. And yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys on MeWe this week. I've got more photos of frogs. You guys are welcome to use the photos I've been posting lately of my frogs in your own artwork. Eventually, I am going to do another tier. This is my plan anyway for members. I've had some requests for a higher tier, and one of that would be permission to use all of my animal photos I post on social media. You can use in your artwork. But for now, go ahead and you're free to use these. And yeah, we're good. Radish said, love your art. Bye. Bye. Thank you guys so much for joining. This has been fun. I'm super, super excited with what we've got. So yay. Yay. Okay, wrapping this up. I will see you guys next week. Bye.